This is Nick from Nintendo Dads, and we present the Two Tribes published, Renemo Games developed, Swords and Soldiers. A game which has been on many platforms and has been around for quite a while now makes its way to the Switch. It's packed with modes and different achievements which make it all kinds of fun for the price that you get it at. You can see here many of the different achievements that are available. I have beat the campaign and have yet to do many of these different achievements because they're quite hard. There's also a skirmish mode where you fight one-on-one with the AI and see who can win in a regular battle. And there is also a really fun challenge mode, which involves three different types: survival, how long can you live, berserker run, how long can your guys stay alive, only using spells. We'll get into that more later. And then this really fun, and I'm not good at it, boulder mode, where you don't want to kill your own players and only kill the enemy. And I always seem to kill more of me than I do the enemy. So enough about the extras. How is the campaign mode? Well, the campaign mode has 4 different factions. It has the warriors, the Aztecs, the Chinese, and Chief Meat. And you play through them in that way. In each one, you will play against the other 3. There is 10 levels in each faction, so 40 levels altogether. I know my math. And each faction plays very differently, so you don't feel like it gets really stale, and the dialogue and writing is really fun, kind of keeps you entertaining, somewhat nonsensical, but that's okay. It's just silly dialogue, and it is well written. So how does the game play? Well, as you play this game, you're to choose troops if you're using the controller style. This is a touch game as well, which I'll get into later. If you're using the controller style, you hit your ZL, and then you use the joystick to point at what troop you want to choose. See how I just did there? I selected one of the gold gatherers by hitting ZL. You hit the X button, and that allows you to bring up the menu of the menu of what you can, what troops you can purchase. So I just purchased a new troop type, and then it shows up on my ZL indicator, and I can now choose it to buy one of those. So I've never really played. I never played a 2D real-time strategy game, so I was really interested in how lost I would feel. As you can see, the map is much bigger than what you can see on the screen. But Renemo Games has done a really good job to keep your indicator, to keep everything that you can see, or you should be able to see, available to you all in one space. So you can see down below, the light blue box is what I'm viewing right now. Once my troops, which are the blue dots, come in contact with enemy troops, those enemy troops pop up on the screen down below. Even if I'm not looking at that particular part of the screen, it'll show me what's available and what's coming from the enemy. So as that happens, you can really start to plan for what you need to do. The good thing is, you don't need to be in any particular spot to purchase troops. I can be on the enemy's base and still purchase troops. So it makes you feel, or you do have a full grasp of what's coming at you and what's going on in this battle, even though you're only seeing a third. And sometimes this is a smaller map, and sometimes you'd only be seeing a fifth of the map on the screen. So I told you that this was also a touch game, and I wanted to give you a view of what that looked like. Sorry, this isn't a great recording. I don't have a real good way to record portably, but once you move into touch mode, you can see that your units that you can choose from are become up at the top instead of on like a selector wheel. They're just little icons, and you can tap them, and they automatically get purchased. Both your troops and your spells are up there. Your money and your mana are still in the same spots in the corner of the screen. And if you want to buy a new troop unit, like right here, that's at the bottom left, and you can do that. You can also slide left and right by swiping on the screen, or you can push on the light blue box down in the bottom, and you can drag that to the left or right, wherever you need to be. So you can move around pretty quick. Then one of the good things they have done, this is Joy-Cons unattached, what you're viewing here, but if you attach Joy-Cons, you can flip back and forth between both modes. You can use the controllers and then touch the screen, and it'll automatically move into touchscreen mode, and you can go back if you use the controllers again. So whatever works for you in a particular battle, it will accommodate. Okay, so one more unfortunate recording that I couldn't help but show you, how you can play multiplayer portably. This is so cool that Two Tribes and Renemo Studios came up with how to do this. Split the screen in two, you lay it on the table, one person sits on one side, one person sits on the other, and you can play portably, and it's so much fun. You can see both sides, each person can see their own particular part of the screen, and it works out fantastic. You can play docked, and what they do is they split the screen horizontally. It's really great. You can use any controller style you want, and not only that, but they have done a good job. If you use a single Joy-Con, instead of saying ZL, it says SL. So it is really cool. The little tweaks and changes they have made for the Switch. They didn't just take a game that they had and just slap it on the Switch and say, okay, we're done. They really did some changes to it to make it special for this platform, which is special. Alright guys, so my final thoughts on Swords and Soldiers. If you like real-time strategy games, which I do, this 2D style of action is a ton of fun. I know there's probably going to be some of you who have played it on the Wii U or other platforms. As you can see, they have added a good bit of Switch-only stuff, so it's not just, like I said, it's not just a slapped-on port, and so I can appreciate that. But it is a ton of fun. It is $7.49 on the American eShop right now. And for that price, for what you get, I think it is totally worth it. I had a ton of fun. Got more than my money's worth out of it. Really appreciate that it's there. I will tell you that if you like it, they have announced that March 15th they're coming out with the second version of Swords and Soldiers, Swarmageddon, I believe it's called. Swords and Soldiers Swarmageddon. That comes out March 15th. I don't know really any more about it than that. But if you're interested, if you like what you see, pick it up. It's a lot of fun. The dialogue's great. The gameplay is solid. The game mechanics are solid. I would certainly recommend it. So hey, this is Nick from Nintendo Dads. Hope you guys are having a good day. See you later. Signing out. Game over.